Yo, what's up, guys? Audio, and today I'll be talking about reviewing Sinners that just came out April 18th, 2025. I'm recording this at Saturday, about 12:50 a.m. here on the East Coast, 8 days after the initial release of Sinners. Now, on here and on my channel, I've usually just done reviews of older movies. Not really a big movie connoisseur guy. I'm more of a TV show guy where I'm watching. I'm totally in tune with everything that's going on. In terms of movies, I'm behind a lot, so as always, comment down below any recommendations. But with Sinners, I heard so much about it, from LeBron to this to that. I was like, okay, I gotta see Sinners before somebody spoils it. Y'all been hyping it up, it better be good. Right off the bat, the hype was warranted. Now, I didn't really know anything about the movie. The only thing I did know is one of my viewers on Twitch, tell my boy Albert, he actually linked me a video of Rod Wave having a song that would be in the Sinners movie. And I saw them back picking cotton. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know that it was for the movie. And then we see in the movie they end up so, and Smoke and Stack, the Smoke Stack twins end up, helping people that were doing so and giving them bigger and better opportunities, and that's just amazing. Now, there are a lot of sinners in the movie. The movie's called Sinners. A lot of people in the movie are sinners, and yeah, the main characters, Smoke and Stack, played by Michael B. Jordan, who plays both characters, I think. I mean, I haven't looked it up, but it's literally his face, so I'm guessing it would both be him, but it's insane. Really good movie. But yeah, they end up being like bank robbers working in Chicago with Al Capone, and they have enough money and they saved it up to buy this building, and they turned that into a place for people to play music. But we end up finding out at the end of the movie that that was not really what it really was. It was set up from the beginning, and that area was given to them and really set up by a member. I believe it was not ideal at all, but overall, I give the movie Sinners a 9 out of 10. Not gonna lie, I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm watching movies, I love to root for things that happen. Now, unfortunately, what happened with Smoke and Stack at the ending, Mary, Annie. Unfortunately, I just couldn't give that 9.5 out of 10. But was it a good movie? Absolutely phenomenal movie. No wonder y'all been hyping it up. This is one of the best movies I've seen. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a hype beast, so when these hype movies come out, I will go ahead and watch them. Did it with Barbie, I did it with Oppenheimer, and I did it today, or technically yesterday, with Sinners. Nice little movie for sure. Definitely recommend if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it for sure. In the beginning, we get introduced to Sammy. Now, Sammy is a son of the preacher. They call him the preacher boy, but he also has talent on the guitar. He can sing as well. And the movie is really just him trying to figure out who he is. In the beginning, his dad wants him to become a preacher, but he goes and leaves. And at the end, we see him, have a tough decision between, am I gonna go in church? Am I gonna be, part of the choir, or sing at my dad's church, or am I gonna just go out and my own thing, singer, and not really solely attached to my? But she ends up just going the solo route at the. Now, like I mentioned, there's really like a depiction of what it used to be, slavery, the cotton, the third, and then you get introduced to the Smoke Stack twins. They go their separate ways. One of them goes with Sammy, and one of them goes with Sammy. The other one's just on their own. And they're finding out that both of them have partners. Technically, they aren't together, but they're. It's complicated. It's complicated. Like nowadays, in the big 2025, it's complicated. But yeah, two Michael B. Jordans is insane. You obviously get Haley Steinfeld, who was in Spider-Man, obviously married to NFL superstar Josh Allen, a massive football fan. The guy's my division. As a Patriots fan, he absolutely owns us, but hopefully we can, lessen the amount of that happening. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And then Sammy's dad, Jack, I mean, he was tripping, he was definitely one of those hard-nosed dads. He was hard on his kid, Sammy. He only wanted to do what I'm not gonna say he lived vicariously through Sammy, but he obviously wanted him to be with him as well. He really didn't let him do too many things. He had some marks and things of that nature. It is what it is. His name is Jack. Now, Jack might be tripping it all, but not gonna lie, he had a cold line. Jack said, and I quote, you keep dancing with the devil, one day it's gonna follow you home. And at the end of the movie, it kind of followed him home. That was a tough line, and it ended up coming to fruition at the end of the day. Haley Steinfeld, you move the needle. Josh Allen, brother, you're him. Better man than me, because when she was doing Michael B. Jordan, my brother in Christ, same thing I said with Tom Holland when I saw Challengers and Zendaya with that threesome scene. I'm just saying though, maybe I'm just insecure. I don't know. But Haley Steinfeld, you fine as hell. Oh, guys, like I said, respect the job. Only like 6'5", just won NFL MVP. He's got the most wins in the NFL over the last like 7 years. No Super Bowl though. It is what it is. But yeah, Haley Steinfeld was a needle, and her accent. Y'all were talking about on Twitter her accent, and then I actually realized when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, you got a good like Southern actor. Hey, Haley Steinfeld, you a good actress. Good ass actress. Something about Annie we didn't know about. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was just me. When I saw Sammy, Sammy was like not. When I saw Annie, not Sammy. Like, gotta stop. Okay, y'all not getting that. Hey, move on. When I saw Annie, I was like, okay, she cool. When I saw them things on Annie, I'm like, I don't know if I'm just tripping. I was like, hold on now, Annie. Annie kind of tough. And then we end up seeing what happens with Annie. That was Smoke. Shout out my boy Smokes. I know Smoke. I saw the look. I know Smoke gonna do something with the. Apparently, she ended up being like a. I don't know. She ended up helping, Smoke and Stack as they grew up. And then I saw that, and I was. It's a bit interesting, but Annie kind of tough, so. A Smoke, ball. Smoke. I see the vision. Ball. Ball. The vampire need to be stopped. Obviously, we initially see Bert get by the vampire initially. On the weird guy, and this weird guy trying to shake him down. Guys like mate, now it's not who you think. The girl that was with Bert goes to see him. It has bite marks. Both of them are still alive. Said that he to find out he ends up becoming a vampire, and they fight people throughout the whole entire like second half of the movie was insane. They're like a hillbilly trio, banjo making music, going around the building that Smokestack twins bought with their music. They made music as well, and they had a weird like stench, a weird vibe about them. Then my boy Sammy was pulling. What was her name? I'm looking at her right now. I don't know if it was Perline. Sammy. Initially shot. Haley pulls up, and I don't know. I think it might have been Perline initially shot, but she got. We don't see the whole entire movie, but you gotta chill, Sammy. End up seeing that, and it was Haley, and apparently we see Haley, hey, my boy Stacks is already on those stacks. And those stacks, had something going on and close with her so much that and he was fond of her mother, and unfortunately Mary's mom's funeral, and that was bad, but they just like move past that and have their moments. Okay then, Mary. Knows this to your mother, but hey, you just went straight right into it. Hey. And then Sammy, when they go into the what's it called? I don't really go ahead and build the shack. Mary pulls up. Sammy's like doing one of those like that. What are you doing here? And Sammy asks her directly, what are you? Like, what am I? I'm a human being. And she plays it off. He's like, no, 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 no. And like, I know what you mean. Talking about how she's like half black. Like, Steinfeld. You her. My boy Stacks is him. Really wanted the best for Mary, you know. You know that being with him, probably not gonna end well. The best for her. He knew what was going on. He robs banks. He's a sinner. Him in the movie Sinner. He's a sinner at the end. He wanted the best for her though, but it just couldn't come to fruition. So that's tough. Smokestack twins really them. A couple people I want to shout out as well. Lisa, Dad. Not gonna say the last part. And it was another one. Shout out to Grace. That was fire. Yeah, they had a good, you know, the Cotton Brown, you know, the blues music, going to the store, and that was the one that actually it did. That was the part. It was when I want to say it was Smoke that went with Sammy the car, and then Stacks went behind them. So Smoke, Sammy. Smoke goes to the grocery store and 10 cents per second or whatever to watch this car. If anybody looks or something like that, or really tries to do something here, honk, and I'll be there. Up, going, box, goes back inside, and not even goes back outside. And here's the beat. Bah, bah, just ups pole on what was it? I think Terry or something. Ups pole on Terry, and Terry twice, and the other guy on a random back into the cross. Like, hey, I can't have anybody think that what he just mentioned the rob them. You're not gonna come out here with like a normal. You're gonna come out here with something on you. So just bap, 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 cooked. He's Lisa or somebody else money to doctors to go pass that up. Absolutely absurd. Then we see the emergence of Cornbread. Now Cornbread is just killed, dying with his wife, with him, and then Smoke goes up on the name of Sammy, starts frying his girl, and what do you do? Kill him, boom, boom. We get into what was it? Delta. I believe it was Delta. It was so yeah, Delta, yeah, Delta. Delta was the one who was making the music, sitting on the corner of the street. I understand the offers initially. Then showed them beer, too much money. They went out, got Cornbread, and they end up becoming an official company. So that's really them. But I really just, what was the name? I had it written down. I had four things down. Pretty sure one of them just got lost somewhere. Not translation. I was lost in somewhere. What was the name of the music place in Sinners? Like, I genuinely just called, oh my goodness, what was the name of the that the Smokestack twin that the Smokestack twins are? I'm really, this fry me. I honestly gonna forget what the name of this. There's no way. There's actually no way. I'm actually forgetting. This is diabolical. Okay, yeah. So the Smokestack twins, they purchased an old place named Club Juke, which I mentioned was sold to them by, I guess, a member, okay, who initially gave them this because he wanted to set them up. As I'm coming up, they uphold because the whole entire just went through. Now, what did they go through? A lot. So they get to the part where they go to Club Juke, and people in the banjo come by. There's something about them. No, we're good. And then see Haley come out. aka Mary in Sinners. So out to listen to them, sounded pretty solid, cool. Then she sees this weird like thing happens. She gets her piece, ready to pull, and just like up and pull, walks away. What was it? Oh my god, what was his name? Remick, I believe, main character. Weirdo hillbilly trio comes up, flies out of air, boom! Instant jump cut to what was her name singing. Instant jump cut to Perline singing was diabolical. Hang in the air. A second, bang! Perline singing. I'm like, we didn't actually see it, but obviously we end up finding out that bit Haley on the neck. And Haley is just freaked out of her mind. She is like freaked, like she's not like freaked out, like in terms of like hitting. Yeah, like the nasty, getting it down, pound town, hitting those 69, like yeah, like that. So ends up not going to Stacks. Instead going to Smoke, his brother. And I didn't realize this because the same, obviously it's both like me. I don't know who this was. I was like, oh, she's going to Stacks. I find out it's Smoke. See, Smoke is in those, sign up on her, but you see a Haley. That's like the vampire thing. But she spits in her mouth. Y'all freak out, but got like fire. She just spits directly in his mouth and he's down with his head on the floor. Generally diabolical. Then he get into it. He's on top of him, riding him, and then Sammy. Stacks was like, yo, well, my brother, I need to get some backup. And he's like, nah, you don't have to do it for me. Goes in there, sees them, and he's it was a Smoke, you know what I'm saying? And then just ups pole, bah, 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 on Mary and Smoke. Bah, bah, bah. Smoke looked gone. Katie looked fine. She's just gone. Dipped out. Ends up going back outside to where the base of, I guess, the hillbilly banjo trio, as I like to call them. Like I said, that scene where she was kissing, even she was kissing all up on Michael B. Jordan, turns her on top of him, pressing his neck, kissing his neck, his ear, his face. Like, Josh Allen, you are a better man than me, because there's no way that Haley was doing that in that scene. Like, that is diabolical. Just throwbacks, Zendaya and Challengers with two guys. That was insane. That was diabolical. Stack doesn't make it. He thought it was him because he ended up waking up. He ended up waking up and had a knife miraculously right through the door, just a hole right in the peephole. Come to find out it wasn't him. So it was, or he was the. And then there's a horror film, just all these people, like a group of vampires that got bit. Boom, 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 boom. What's her name? Grace. He told her husband no. There's daughter Lisa. They kind of like not harassed, but they said that they were gonna do something bad to her. So Grace told her the name of her husband. Oh, go get the car ready. 30 minutes later, he comes back. But he's. I'm not gonna. Now I forgot what happens to her. That shit turned into horror. Everybody was a vampire. They were going inside, threw a fire on them. It was insane. Up and pole, bah, 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 biting people to end up unfortunately biting Annie. Really just not everybody make it. It got lit on fire, but what was it? Stack? Like, damn. Fuck Hogwarts. AKA remember selling the place to the Smokestack Twins just to rob them. Like, to be put in a pack, and thankfully he was out. Just perfect. Just Remick rotting in him. That was rotting in fire. That was. We get the clarity at the end. Hey man, the clarity at the end. And you know, breastfeeding him and Annie, Stack, Oak, Mary. My favorite characters, unfortunately, just don't make it. Born Brandon to become a vampire. I don't know what happened to Delta, but it was just shout out to the cast of Sinners. Shout out to the producer. Shout out to the director Ryan Coogler. Looks good clarity at the end. You know, going after longer with us. Then we have the Sinners a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend. The hype was well warranted. I also have my review on Letterboxd. Always, like I always do it in your video, I'm gonna go and shout out cast and also writers as well. So the director, shout out to Ryan Coogler, directing and writing well. Cast, Sam was played by Miles Patton. Daya was played by Saul Williams. Ruthie was played by Andreen Ward Hammond. Remy was played by Jack O'Connell. Beatrice played by Naj L. Jackson. Smoke and Stack was played by Gordon. Agua was played by David Maldonado. Lisa Chow was played by Helene Hu. Bo Chow was played by Yao. Anybody else shout out as well? Lee Jun Lee played by Grace Chow. James Lawson as Earlene. Delroy Lindo as Delta. Haley Steinfeld, the GOAT, as Mary. Anybody else want to shout out? Omar Benson Miller. Cornbread. Yeah, the guy was holding, was looking after the door at Juke. Anybody else to shout? Top of, look at what Google has written down right now. Lola Kirk as Joan. Buddy Guy, played by Buddy Guy, which is fire. Shout out to Buddy. Yeah, Sinners officially a 9 out of 10. Haven't watched it by now, I would definitely recommend. Got me rhyming like Walt, Clyde, Frazier, Knicks legend. You know basketball. If you know ball, tap in. But yeah, other than that, y'all, that is the video. Make sure to go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's me, John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.